Hey folks, Ringer57 here with a quickie. I wanted to explain the importance of fuel pressure on these turbo bikes. So, there's situations where you may have to change a pump, or more specifically in this case, a regulator, after you receive your bike back from us due to whatever issue happens. You have a regulator start leaking, or you just change up your setup for a smaller regulator, whatever the issue is. There's a very critical point that you get a hold of us to check where your fuel pressure is. This bike came in, it actually had a bad fuel pump. I went ahead and replaced that, and at the same time I noticed that he had changed the regulator, I'm assuming as a diagnostic chasing the issue. It was cutting out at 7,000. So, the bottom line there is what it came in at. He had set it for 50 PSI. I had tuned it at 40. So he came in at 248 horsepower, cold pull. I went ahead and dropped 10 PSI. I'm 12.0, which is nice and safe at this boost level. This is only like 7 or 8 pounds, maybe 9 pounds of boost. I gotta look. I don't even remember. I got the documentation. I just gotta look at it. But went ahead and leaned it up to 12.0, which is still plenty safe. This is on race gas, non-intercooled. And we gained 20 horsepower. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but at the track, that is a lot. So, if you're seeing a dramatic change in power after you've made a fuel change, fuel pressure regulator, whatever, on your turbo bike, you should probably refer to your tuner and ask him where the fuel pressure was set, because fortunately, he went the right way. He went richer. So it lost power, but it was safer. If you go the other way, if say this bike had come to me at 35 pounds of fuel pressure, it probably would have melted on the high boost setting, because the high boost setting at 40 PSI is 11.75, but if you take and knock 15 PSI, 10 PSI out of that, that puts you up into the 12s, and the high boost setting on this bike is over 20 pounds of boost non-intercooled. That is pushing it, even on race gas at this level. With this particular bike, this particular application with this little bitty turbo, it gets real hot, and it doesn't appreciate being that lean at that power level. So, quick lesson, if you have to mess with your fuel system, talk to your tuner. Very critical that your fuel pressure is set exactly where it was tuned. And if you're in doubt, take it back to your tuner. Most of us will put it back on the dyno and touch this back up for free. I didn't charge a thing. I put it on here after changing the bad fuel pump, which was the original problem. I noticed it was rich. I'm not charging a penny for the 6 pulls it took me to knock everything back to where it should be. I couldn't exactly remember where I had this one set. I thought it was 43, so I made 2 pulls base, 2 pulls at 43. Turns out I set it at 40. I found my notes afterwards that I had it at 40. So 6 pulls, she's ironed back out, drivability's back to where it should be. It was really rich driving around. Go ahead and street test this bike, make sure everything's good, go to the track and send her home.